It's KFI AM 640, and you're listening to The Conway Show on demand on the iHeartRadio app.
Dealing with a parking lot situation.
What? Not this parking lot.
Yeah, somebody hit my car, and there was no damage on my car or her car. And she said, "Oh, let's exchange, licenses and insurance." I'm like, "There's no damage. I mean, you were going 2 miles an hour."
So you were in the car at the time.
I was in the car. Yeah, I was in the car. I was listening to the radio. I was in the car, and I was about to get out, and she just hit me like at 2 miles an hour, and she made a big deal out of it. Like, "Hey, do you think it was my fault?" I'm like, "Well, I'm sitting parked."
Well, I'm not moving,
Yeah.
and I got hit.
Yeah, and you were coming in the spot, and you hit me. And she goes, "Well, you want to just take care of this with like the body shop?" I said, "Sweetie, there's no damage.
Walk away, baby.
On either car.
Walk away.
I mean, God Almighty, just walk away from this thing." But I was talking to Matt Money Smith in the hallways here.
Like you do.
Yeah, and I said, "Man, that that World Series got 25 million viewers in the United States." And he said, that's a big number. That's a huge number. I think that only happened once in the NBA for the NBA Finals.
It's funny because it took the Game 7 for that to happen because it had like horrible numbers prior to that.
Yeah, exactly.
In the U.S.
Right. And they had 25 million people watch that World Series, which, again, I watched until 3 a.m. last night. Until 3 a.m.
Thinking it's going to change up on you?
I still can't believe they won that game.
So you got to keep watching it.
Yeah.
It'll sink in at some point.
The highest rated and most watched NBA Finals of all time were in 1998. You may remember it was a wild series with the Chicago Bulls and the Utah Jazz. Yeah. That averaged 29 million viewers on NBC.
Michael's last game?
Yeah, it was the controversy, the push, there was the there was something like there was the flu going in. It was like weird off court stories and an unbelievable series. But if you remember the NBA Finals in '87, it was the Lakers in Boston, and that was on CBS. That averaged 24 million viewers. Boston, LA in basketball, 24 million. Yet Fox got 25 million people to watch on Saturday night. The World Series. Now, granted, it was a Saturday night, people home.
Yeah.
People are broke, so they have nowhere to go.
And really importantly, there was no NFL game on.
Right, no NFL game on. And
they were beating World Series games for like a Monday night football game.
Oh, yeah, the NFL rules.
Yeah.
But it was also the day after Halloween, so people, were partied out on Friday night.
Yes, exactly.
They wanted to hang at home and just do nothing.
Right, because normally a lot of them would go out to the bars and watch the game, but having partied the night before, I'm just going to stay home and watch it.
They were full of the silver bullets. Coors Light is taking over Halloween with these silver bullets. So in '87, it was LA Lakers and Boston Celtics. And again, that was 24 million viewers. And then Game 7 of 1988, that was, I'm sorry. In 2015, the Golden State Warriors and the Cleveland Cavaliers. That was when LeBron James made that huge comeback to win. I believe that's that year. And that averaged 19 million, almost 20 million viewers. So 20 million in 2015 with the NBA Finals, 24 million with Boston, LA. I don't think you get two, teams, East Coast, West Coast, big rivals like that. And they only got 24 million, but they had 25 million viewers on Saturday watching that game. It was unreal, unbelievable. And I always extend, when I record a game, I always put on the extension, extend 2 hours, extended play, extended record 2 hours. And that game ended literally 10 seconds before my allotted time on my recording ended. And if I didn't have that ending, I would have been miserable as hell. So now I have it on TV and I watch it every day. I fast forward through the commercials. Last night I started in the first effing inning.
How do you have it like on TiVo or something?
Yeah, well, no, it's on DVR.
Oh, okay,
so I can just fast forward through the commercials.
So you say you have a VCR tape?
Oh, it's an unbelievable game. There was everything in that game. Bench clearing, at one point.
But you remember all those days with the VCRs, and people would save those games. Those huge games.
I did as well. I still have them.
Stacks of VCR tapes.
I still have them. But that's when you have to literally. It was such poor quality, too. Yeah. You could barely see it.
It looks like it's from 100 years ago, and it was like 10.
Right. And then it took a genius to set up the timer. Yeah. You had to manually do it.
Blinking O's and zeros.
And then, God forbid, you ever get a power outage, you got to go right back from start. You got to start over.
Daylight saving was a pain in the ass.
My wife said to me today, she said, hey, you know, the lady down the street said hi. I'm like, okay. And she goes, do you know who I'm talking about? I'm like, not really. I mean, who is she? She goes, oh, she's the one that worked at your junior high school, Portola. And she said, you don't remember her? I think it was Mrs. Ouster or something. I said, she goes, she came by the house and said hi to you like 5 years ago and said she worked at your junior high and remembers you from junior high. I said, yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think she's probably a beautiful, wonderful lady. My memory's not what it used to be.
Do you believe that, though? I mean, you're a known person, so if somebody has a conversation like, oh, yeah, I remember it. No, you don't.
I don't know.
You know what I mean?
So, but then she said, you don't remember her? And I said, Jen, the attendance office wasn't a positive experience for me. Every time I was called to that attendance office, I'm like, oh, they finally got me. They are on to me. And I said, I don't know anybody. Crozier, where'd you go to junior high? What was the name of your junior high?
Shugart.
Did you know? High. Do you know anybody from the attendance office?
No. Oh, good God, no. The attendance office, no.
Yeah. I didn't even know we had one.
Yeah.
Bellio, do you know anybody from your junior high attendance office?
I sure don't.
Where did you go to junior high?
Manning Junior High in Applewood, Colorado.
Is that right? Yeah. Is that named after the Manning brothers?
Yes, it was, Tim.
Is that right?
Yeah. I went to Eli Manning Junior High School.
Was he born then?
Yeah.
No.
But the Mannings were a dynasty even before you were born.
Peyton.
Yeah, I know.
Not Peyton. Archie.
Manning.
Yeah, Archie Manning. Yep.
What about you, Angel Martinez? Where'd you go to junior high?
I went to junior high at Los Alisos in Mission Viejo.
Wow. Kind of snobby.
Yeah.
Do you remember anybody from the attendance office?
Nope.
Yeah, I couldn't point to where the attendance office was. I don't know. But my daughter and my wife are all like, you said hi to her. You don't know her. You're getting old. You're getting out of here. Go make money at the radio. You'll fart. And they're like, oh, all right. But I will say when my dad was doing the Carol Burnett show, I used to have him sign a piece of paper and say, hey, this kid at school wants your autograph. And he'd go, oh, okay. And he signed a piece of paper. And then on the way to school above it, I'd write, please excuse Tim for last day. He had the flu.
Did you really do that?
I did that 20, 30 times easily.
Did you really do that?
And then my dad caught on to me. So he signed a piece of paper. He goes, oh, what's the kid's name?
There you go.
I go, he goes by Mr. Kaufman. He's very formal. He's a very formal friend of mine in junior high.
To whom it may concern.
And then he got really smart and he started signing autograph pictures instead of pieces of paper. And then it's really difficult to write on the paper, on the picture. Yeah.
But they probably would accept it. Picture your dad with an autograph. All right, you're excused.
But I remember him looking at me going, wait a minute, your friend's name is Mr. Kaufman? Yeah, he's a formal friend of mine. He's a British guy. He's an old school guy. Old school. All right, we're live on KFI AM 640. There is some news on planes being cut back, and we'll get to that.
You're listening to Tim Conway Jr. On Demand from KFI AM 640.
Monks joins us. How you, bub?
I'm all right. I'm certainly doing better than some of these poor folks who lost their houses in the January wildfires, who are just continuing to suffer, and they've had it, and they are calling for a resignation, Tim.
Yes, the insurance commissioner, I believe, right?
Yeah, and his name is Ricardo Lara. You may have heard his name frequently recently in media reports, as there has been documentation of his widespread travel, his lavish spending, and really the lack of proper oversight, some would say, of the insurance agency, of the insurance industry.
Right, really in bed with the big insurance company.
Well, that's what it looks like. Yeah. And here's what happened.
Okay.
group of survivors of the Eaton fire and the Palisades fire got together today to ask Governor Newsom to join them in calling for Ricardo Lara's resignation. This little press event that they organized today was inspired by an article that came out in the New York Times a few days ago.
Nobody locally will write about it in California.
I mean, there's been some writing, but not like this. This was a deep dive, and this New York Times article has 5 bylines on it.
Wow.
It's very rare that you have an article with that many journalists attached to it. And the New York Times sent 5 people out here to take a look at how the insurance situation in this state got to where it was, specifically related to the fires. And so these survivors say there's a couple of issues, and that's what was explored in this article. One, people who have insurance and suffered losses in the fires are not able to get what they thought they were paying for. It's not working fast enough. And 2, other people can't get insurance at all.
And a bunch of policies were canceled really like moments before that fire hit.
That's the crux of this article, maybe the most damning part of it. If you read the article, they explain this deal that Ricardo Lara was trying to work out with the insurance industry. The goal was, 1, to get people insured, but also to get people off of the state program. It doesn't offer as much coverage as a private policy. You're often paying more for less, basically, is what happens. And so the New York Times writes the central promise was that insurers would have to write policies in fire-prone areas at a rate equal to at least 85% of their market share across the state. In other words, let's get a deal going. We're going to help you increase your rates as you want to do, but you have to insure more people. You have to promise to do that. Okay, they say. But this deal was riddled with loopholes. And so the insurance agencies were still able to increase their rates, but were also able to cancel thousands and thousands and thousands of insurance policies, including in the fire-prone areas. And instead of reducing the number of people on the FAIR plan, as it's known, the state insurance program, the number's almost doubled.
Oh, my God. You know, and then there's people, you know, who weren't affected by the fire and don't live in a fire zone like, well, me, who before the fire, my home insurance for a year was $2,400. I just got the bill last week. For next year, it's $5,600. It's gone up by, it was $2,400. It's gone up $3,200 more.
I just got a notice from my renter's insurance.
Going up?
That they're canceling us.
Oh, my God.
And I've been meaning to look into that because I don't know if that's something other people are dealing with. If even the renter's insurance market in this state is about to collapse, because we've had them for almost 3 full years. And now when the term expires in January, we got to find somebody else.
And that's tough. You know, it's expensive, too, renter's insurance. And it doesn't cover a lot. I think maximum is $25,000. For like a typical policy. But the insurance in this state has always been a scam.
It's tough, it's expensive, and you're not getting enough for it. These survivors who got together today calling for Ricardo Lara's resignation say 70% of insured survivors of Eaton and Palisades fires face what they call systemic underinsurance and delays and denials blocking their recovery, and that there are more than 8 in 10 Los Angeles fire survivors displaced still, with most expected to lose their temporary housing coverage within months.
Oh, my God. And then this guy, Lara, the commissioner, is flying all over the world on our dime and posting pictures on social media.
It's pretty brazen.
I mean, I understand the guy doing this in 1962 when nobody had a camera and all the reporters were in the pocket of the politicians. But this is 2025 when everyone has cameras, everyone has social media, and he still does it.
He posts some.
You got to give him the fact that he's got radical, huge balls on this guy.
Well, I'm sure there are plenty of people you can ask in the towns that have been visited, but
unbelievable.
California is difficult to insure because of the nature of the weather here.
Sure.
We have beautiful weather, but we also suffer from these wildfires, the potential of earthquakes. That's why you have to have earthquake insurance in some instances. Certain types of fire insurance, depending on where you are. And that's not attractive just from a business point of view. So you can understand the challenges that the insurance industry faces. And that's why some compromises are probably necessary. But what these survivors are saying is we want to feel like we're not being left behind here. We want to make sure that everything is transparent and that the negotiations that are taking place are fair. Florida deals with the same things. I mean, any place that
With the
has any
hurricane,
type of
sure.
adverse weather. I mean,
Right.
insurers are like, we're losing our balls here. I mean, we can't continue doing this way. So some concessions, of course, have to be made. There is a price to pay to live in a beautiful place like this.
Right.
But just
And a
make
lot-
it fair and make it open.
And a lot of people who don't have a mortgage have opted not to insure anyway because it's too expensive. They just put that money away every month, and hopefully they, don't go through a catastrophe. All right, the second deal you're working on is the Brady Bunch House. They want to make that
we could have teased it better than that. You just blew it.
oh my God! All right, let's
Coming up
take
next,
two.
one of
The
television's
Brady
most
Bunch.
famous houses could become a historic cultural landmark in Los Angeles. And one of the Brady kids spoke in favor of that at a city meeting in Los Angeles today. That story is coming up next on the Conway Show. More
Can
now.
you stay with us? Can you stay?
Yeah, I'll stay.
Okay. All right. Monks is with us. We're going to do the Brady Bunch House next. And by the way,
too excited.
I've been to the Brady Bunch House. You have to really look at it for about an hour to realize that that's the Brady Bunch House. It doesn't look anything like it.
Really?
And it's a one-story house, and they had stairs inside the Brady Bunch House. So there's a problem there. And why were there never any pictures of the ex-husband and the ex-wife?
Save it for the segment.
All right,
You
all
gotta
right,
go
all
to
right.
news.
All right, guy gets a show on Saturday night, and all of a sudden he's dictating the weekday shows. How dare this guy?
You're listening to Tim Conway Jr. on demand from KFI AM 640.
Monks, did you watch the Brady's growing up?
In
or-
reruns, yeah,
In
absolutely.
reruns,
Yeah,
okay.
the show was not actually a huge rating success in first run, but it has had this longevity, which brings us to today. This is a show that resonates even with people walking among us youthfully today.
Wow.
And so, you remember from the show, the Brady House.
Sure. I've been to the Brady House probably 10, 15 times.
Well, it's in Studio City.
Yeah.
Here in Los Angeles.
I could take you to it. It's about 4 miles from where we're sitting.
Yeah, it's not far at all.
Yeah.
And it may soon be a protected historic cultural landmark in the city of Los Angeles. The first hurdle was cleared today.
Really? Is that right?
Yeah, the Los Angeles Historic or Heritage Cultural Commission, they're the ones that get the first dibs at all of these landmarks.
Okay.
Ultimately, it's approved by city council, but there's a process.
Right.
And what happened today was that very first step where a lot of evidence is presented, a report is presented, and it says, is this worthy for further exploration? And the answer was yes, we're going to look further into this. And this was presented by an architect and local historian who put all the documents together explaining why this house is significant. But what was interesting, when you get to historic landmark, it's often iconic architecture, something major happened there at the site.
Sure.
This was more than just the mid-century architecture. It's a lovely mid-century home. There are a lot of examples of this, but this one's special because of its connection to this show, even though the show was not shot there.
Well, the show wasn't shot there, and I got a lot of problems with the house. But you know, coming from, Ohio and Kentucky, my dad's from Ohio, your parents are from Kentucky. Once a house reaches 100 years old, it gets historical protection.
In some places, it's 50.
Oh, it's 50. Okay.
Yeah.
Like the house that my grandparents owned was built before Abraham Lincoln was president.
That's
it's
historic.
And you can't take it down now.
That's right.
It's there forever. There's a big plaque on it, and it's done.
And I think we might have talked about this before. Los Angeles is not as old as those
Right.
eastern places, at least not in terms of having this type of civilization,
Right.
the way that cities are built up. So if you go to any city in the Midwest or the East Coast, whether it's a big city or a small city, you've got tons of old Victorian commercial architecture on their main street that is probably protected by various ordinances, which means you can't just not tear it down. You have to have certain windows that go in, certain paint colors that go in.
Pain in the ass.
This is to keep this home in Studio City in case it ever faces the threat of demolition. There is no imminent threat, but this is a home that resonates with so many people, including the Brady kids. One of the Brady kids, Susan Olsen, who played Cindy Brady, the youngest one in Curls.
Right.
She attended the meeting today.
Oh, that's great.
Here's what she said.
The Bradys represent the ideal family where the children and parents respect each other mutually, and small but important lessons are learned in every episode. Fortunately, the home was purchased by HGTV. As adults, we surviving Bradys, who will always be known as the Brady kids, became involved in the effort to restore the Brady house, but make the interior match the sets that were built on the soundstage at Paramount Studios. I thought the task was impossible, but with the geniuses at HGTV, we did it.
So there's two things that are important there. One, the first part of the argument. This is a house that means a lot to a lot of people.
That's right.
Because of how beloved the show is. And two, the interior does now match the show.
Oh, that's great.
And while that can't be considered for the historic preservation purposes, it's technically new, even though it's done in that old style. It is something that has enhanced the appeal of this house, making it worthy of saving.
So if you ever go by the house and you drive by it, I know Bellio has gone by it. She's a Brady nut. It doesn't look like there's enough room for a second story. It looks like it's a split level house, but there's definitely not enough room in that house to have a full staircase like they had in the show.
You know, they have a lot of arguments about these types of places. In fact, just today I was scrolling Facebook a little earlier and I saw one of the Seinfeld pages posted the layout of Jerry Seinfeld's apartment. Right. And it's like, there's no way there could be a hallway outside that. You know, like people get into the nuts. It's a TV show.
That's great.
It's a TV show.
That's fantastic.
Enjoy the television show. But this house, Sherwood Schwartz, who created the show, and his daughter spoke at the meeting today too.
Oh, wow.
In support of preserving this house. He specifically drove around Studio City and LA looking for a house. He wanted Mike Brady, the father, to be an architect. He's like, that's one of the jobs you never see on television at this. And this is according to his daughter who spoke today. So he went driving around looking for a house that he thought an architect might live in.
Oh, wow.
And he found that one, which was probably about 10 years old at the time, and said, that's the one.
That's unbelievable. I mean, it literally is, you know, it's off Whitsett and Ventura. And I imagine the people who own the house are, you know, now that it's the Garden Station or HGTV, whatever it is, there's probably nobody living in it. But when there were people living in it, it probably was tiresome to have 50 people every day come by and stare at your house.
The woman who owns it does live in it.
Oh,
she spoke at the meeting today, too, in favor of preserving the house.
Really?
She bought the house from HGTV. And she said, speaking from her own experience, there's just something really special, especially now that it's been redesigned to look like the interior.
Right.
The interior, of
I'd
course,
love to see the interior.
They were shot on the Paramount lot, right? So they just did those as establishing exterior shots, which you see in everything. But now the interior looks like the house. She says, when you walk in, it's almost like not just the Brady characters, but you can see your mom's slippers by the door. You can see your dad's glasses on the table. It just takes you back to another time.
A couple of guys from the Woody Show, Menace and Greg, they did a tour of it about a month or so ago. They posted it online. They took a tour of the entire interior.
Wow.
And it is. It's completely functional and set up and looks just like it did during the Brady Show.
And that style is hip again. I love mid-century architecture, but a lot of the mid-century, and there's a lot of mid-century around LA, a beautiful mid-century place here. But the interiors are all updated because people want modern-looking kitchens. But a lot of that old-school mid-century tiles and the types of materials that were used in kitchens, I love that. I would love to have a place like this.
It's weird because I can, you know, the house that we grew up in, Tarzana, I couldn't really tell you what the interior looked like. We were young when I moved.
Just cigarette smoke.
Yeah, but that Brady house, I can tell you every nook and cranny where everything is. Where the kitchen is off to the left, the living room, the sunken living room when you walk in.
The Jack and Jill bathroom between the kids' rooms.
Right, exactly. Brady's office off to the right.
Yeah.
You know, Mike's office, then upstairs. I could tell you everything about that house.
Where do you find a sunken living room anymore? I know. I mean, because you see it in mid-century. I'm a fan. I get a lot of mid-century pictures sent to my algorithms on social.
Crozier's
and I see these. Do you have one, Crozier?
I do have a sunken living room. Yeah.
Do
When
you
first walk
sit
into
in
the
it?
house?
I mean, it's supposed to be like to enhance conversation, right? Wasn't that the point?
Yeah. We got a nice little couch in there. I got my my drum set up in there. I got stereo. Yeah.
But Jen's happy about the drum
rack and all
set.
that
Yeah,
stuff.
let's all go
She
sit
does.
around
She
and
was the one
watch
that
him
told me to set
drum.
it up. Yeah.
In the living room?
It's an electronic drum set, so I can just put on my headphones.
Oh, nice.
But Crozier has 3 fireplaces in his house.
Does he really?
And one of those is
3.
in that sunken living room.
Oh, nice.
2 downstairs and 1 up in the master
Is it a
bedroom.
mid-century house?
No, mid-'80s.
Really?
Yeah, it's a beautiful home. Great home. Great for
maybe I'll burgle it later.
It's like the perfect home for a swingers party. Did anyone ever tell you that?
Yeah. All we need is the bowl for the keys.
Monks, thank you. Saturday night, 7 to 9 p.m.
I'll be here.
Right here on KFI. Thanks, Bob. All right, there he goes. Michael Monk.
You're listening to Tim Conway Jr. on demand from KFI AM 640.
I'm watching David Letterman. It's the David Letterman Channel. And I think it's called Letterman TV. I don't know if you get it on your cable or whatever you're watching at home. But it's great to watch Letterman at the height of his career, at the funniest he ever was, before he passed away. And to watch him, do his late night show, have these great guests on. What was that? Oh, no, I was talking about his comedy. Yeah. No, I know he's alive, but his comedy's dead. Yeah, he passed away. His comedy's passed away. He doesn't do it anymore. He doesn't do comedy anymore. He's a serious journalist or a serious guy. All he does every time every time you hear him now, he's just doing serious crap. He's left comedy in his rear view window or whatever that stupid saying is. He's moved on. But to watch Letterman when he was funny is awesome to watch. I watch that sometimes when I get home for like 2 or 3 hours. Guest after guest after guest. And behind the scenes and how they did all the, the props and everything. It was great. The remotes that they did, when Letterman would go out on the street and do the man on the street stuff. It was great. And then at one point, he decided to stop doing comedy. And it's just nice to see that somebody preserved his comedy before he died. I mean, not physically, but his comedy died. And it's nice to see on Letterman TV. I literally watch it for 2 or 3 hours some nights. Just watch it. It's great. It's fantastic. I don't know why I brought that up. There was a reason. Oh, here's why. Marv Albert was on it. You remember Marv Albert, right, Crozier?
Yes.
Yeah. So Marv Albert had, he was, I don't know if Rogan's Heroes was first or Marv Albert's, highlight machine or whatever.
George Michael used to have sports
machine. George Michael, sports machine.
What's that? He was out of D.C. So.
Yeah, I love that. With those big-ass buttons on the sports machine. Yeah. It hit that button, and those big 2.5-inch tapes would twirl around.
Yeah, like they did anything.
Right. But he used to show bloopers. Marv Albert would go on Letterman and go, hey, watch this guy gets hit by a train. Watch this guy. He's choking. He doesn't die, but he gets very close. But now, he did all sports bloopers. But now if somebody were to do that and go, hey, I got a sports blooper show, every blooper would be like, oh, I saw that 5 years ago. Oh, I saw that last month. Oh, I saw that 2 years ago. You can't keep bloopers to yourself anymore. With the internet, they just get out there. And all the good ones are shared by everybody. So you can't do a Rogan's Hero or a blooper show because everyone's already seen them. So that's over. It's over. But it is awesome to watch Letterman, man.
Nothing but net.
Michael
Jordan.
He was the best.
He was the one that got caught with the chick who used to like to get bit in the back.
And he also wearing her panties.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Doesn't he have a kid that also is Chris Albert, or he has a kid who does hockey, I think.
His brother used to call hockey.
Oh, well, maybe it was his brother. Yeah, maybe it was his brother. I thought it was his kid. But he was great. Did you ever meet him?
Albert.
What is it? Kenny Albert. Kenny Albert.
That's
He's is it the Rangers guy, or I thought he was like a Rangers.
Steve Albert is his sibling. His brother.
Did you ever meet him, Bellio? You're big in sports for him.
I knew Al Albert.
Oh.
Who's that?
He also is a sportscaster, and he covered the NBA and the NHL. Great guy.
Comedy name, huh? Al Albert?
I don't think so.
It's like Larry Lawrence.
No, he was great.
Yeah. I once went to a store. I went to a store. I had to buy a suit for some stupid event. And the guy that helped me was, I don't know, it's like Suits for You or, how's your suit, whatever the name of the store was. And the guy helped me. His name was Larry L on his name tag. And I said, oh, what's your last name? He goes, Lawrence. Like, your name's, wait a minute, your name's Larry Lawrence? He said, yeah. I go, so it's Larry? He goes, no, it's Larry Lawrence. I go, but isn't Larry short for Lawrence? He goes, I never heard that before. I said, wait, you've never heard that Larry is short for Lawrence? He goes, no, I never heard that before. But thanks for ruining my day. Hey, you want to see this in blue?
Yes, Alan Albert was called basketball games for the Nets and the Denver Nuggets.
Oh, is that right?
Yes.
Oh, so you believe him because he used Alan. He went by Al Albert.
Well, I
And Marv.
I believe you too. I just thought it was odd that Al Albert.
Yeah.
And they do have.
It's
Kenny
like Sharon Sherio. It was odd.
I'm going to step out of this conversation.
Yes, as she was saying, like, that's a whole family. Kenny, Steve, Albert, Marv, and Alan, I think, were all the commentators at some point.
Bellio, if you had a sister named Belle, Belle, and her name was Belle Bellio, wouldn't that be odd?
Her name's Bella.
Bella Bellio? Bella Bellio.
Yeah.
You really have a sister named Bella?
Yeah.
No, S.
Yes, S.
Ew.
No wonder you hate the Larry Lawrence run. You guys did it.
It's personal for me.
Get a little too close.
And you know how Sharon got her name? She
You don't even
Oh, wait,
know.
no. It's the combination of your mom and dad's names.
Yes.
Your mom's name,
Sheila.
and your dad's name is Ron.
Yes.
So it's Sheron.
Yes.
Sharon. That's classic.
Thank you. And you got your name not from the iconic actor Tim Conway.
I did not.
You
His
didn't
name
get
is
it from
his
him,
name is
did you?
Tom Conway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where did you get your name?
You want to know the truth?
Yeah. No, lie to us.
Okay.
Please.
My mom named me after one of her dead brothers. How about that? Aren't you glad you asked?
So you're a feminine junior. That's what they call it.
Is that right?
Don't they?
I
Or is
think that
when
means
you're after
something
the mom?
else.
No, I think if you're a junior named after your mom, but this is your mom's brother.
My
so-
mom's brother, Tim, died when he was 6 months. And my mom, I guess who doesn't believe in karma, called her first son, Tim, named after her brother, who also had tremendous complications at birth and was only given a 50-50 shot of living. So thanks, Mom.
Same thing with my mom. My mom named me after her slow brother.
Is that right?
Yes. Very much so. Thanks, Mom. So I feel you on that.
Oh, that's so great. How old?
My dad wanted me to be Marshall III, and my mom said, no, I'm going to name you after my slow brother.
Jesus Christ. We're live on KFI.
Conway Show on demand on the iHeartRadio app. Now, you can always hear us live on KFI AM 640, 4 to 7 p.m. Monday through Friday, and anytime on demand on the iHeartRadio app.